Good morning, everybody. So, yesterday I took a nap. Glorious. Needed one. Was up since 3:30 in the morning for some reason. First I woke up wide awake, and then little buddy woke up wide awake. And we just hung out all morning till church. So I had to take a nap, and I had a nightmare that kicked my ass. One of them dreams that just make you rethink everything. And it, quite honestly, almost made me quit everything. It made me quit these videos and just talking to anybody about recovery and just stuff in general. Tends to get you in, the truth tends to get you in a lot more trouble than lying to people. I'll tell you that. It just does. And I know it comes with the territory, but I had a dream and it was very fearful. I asked God, was this just an arrow that was slung at me, or was it a warning? Can you give me some discernment? You know what I mean? Like, are you telling me to shut up, or was it the devil telling me to shut up? And so far I'm getting the whisper that it was the devil, and some components of the dream were some of the things I've been letting in. Remember the saying that a boat will float on top of the water until the water gets in the boat and it'll sink? And just some of the things that I've been watching, just for a slight example, the movie The Batman with the guy who was in the Twilight series, I think. This Batman is a little different than all the other Batmans. It's not as comic-like. It's more, they made it like a horror movie. And I've been staying away from horror movies. You let that crap in, it'll mess with you. That and just some other bit shoot stuff, just too much information that's not focused on good. You know what I mean? And leading me astray. And it all came together in this nightmare. And like I said, I don't think it could be so much from God, because there's just so much fear in it. And I like to believe that I'm trying to teach people and model a decent, sober Christian life. That's kind of my mission with these vlogs. I'm not like this super well-trained construction guy or anything. I'm just trying to show people, hey, anybody can do a lot of this stuff. It's gonna, and mark my words, it's gonna probably get to the point where you're gonna need to learn how. You're gonna at some point need to make a decision. Do I need to hire someone like me or go buy a drill? It's gonna come to a point where, maybe I should have been, instead of buying these inflated prices on these carrots, maybe I should have stopped by the garden aisle and bought a pack of seeds. It's already been at that point. People should be growing their own food and doing their own stuff. It used to always be that way. Now everybody has been well trained to be dependent on other things, just for their normal livelihood. Even for that, there's tons of stuff I need to work on. I don't know how to hunt. I grew up around, a bunch of my buddies were hunters. Well, that's a ladder shaking. A bunch of my buddies were hunters and stuff, but I was always just drunk. I didn't even care about hunting. I just wanted to be out in nature drinking. But I just kind of want to show people, hey, sober lifestyle where you try your best to follow the teachings of Jesus and keep a good work, home life balance and all that stuff, isn't so bad, and it's not so hard. You know what I mean? Like I said, I had no special training or anything. I've tinkered with stuff my whole life, but And some of it was out of fun. Some of it was out of necessity, especially when it comes to car fixes. You know what I mean? What road is this? That's Dale. And that's just my mission, but I mean, it's not that life is easier. I mean, especially this job. I mean, you got people arguing with prices, and some people are cool. Like, I was just doing work for a guy who's way better at this than me, and he's flipping a house or whatever, and he needs some help. He's behind on his own budget and his own timeline. So I'm like, all right, I'll come help. And I do a bunch of this stuff, and I hand him my bill, and this just usually happens with investors. I don't know why, especially this guy, I don't know why or how they think I'm just going to come in and do stuff for nothing. Especially when you got me doing multiple trades. At just the drop of a hat. Like, I don't know what I'm going to go in and do. And they're like, put up a gutter. Or install closet doors. Or demo this bathroom. You know what I mean? Like, not anybody can just do it. Like, just, here you go do it. And then this guy especially knows there's other factors in when you hire someone. Because he knows, and so does this happened with my real estate guy too at one point. They both know you can always get it done cheaper and faster. But sometimes that comes at a bigger cost. Either you got to go back and redo half the stuff yourself, or the guy doesn't finish, or the guy just rips you off all in general, or you got to worry about them coming back and stealing your tools and stuff. Or their availability. They'll go in there for an hour, leave, and not come back for a week or two. You got to hunt them down and find them and yell at them. With me, you don't got to worry about any of it. And I'm very reasonably priced. So I don't understand what the deal is. You know, this guy was like, yeah, this isn't the hourly rate we agreed on or whatever. And I'm like, we never even talked about it. Like, I don't know what you're talking about agreed on. You didn't give me no budget. I drive down there, I do what you ask me to do, I do it right, and I leave, and then I charge you for it. That's it. There's no mysteries. So, anyways, it's just part of the territory, though. People are gonna do it, whether you like it or not. And it was such a small amount, too. It was like $540 for like 2.5 days of work, which. Not even 2.5. It was like one. It was like, yeah, maybe 2 tops days of work. And but that, I don't know. It's whatever. So, anyways, yeah, this dream had me through a loop. I just got to keep on praying on it. Like, do I even? Because there are things you can say that get you in trouble. There are things that if you're spreading it, the devil don't like it very much at all. Jesus being one of them. Whenever you talk about medicine, that's a little valley of death right there. A lot of stuff I might touch on. Those, I don't know if you saw the last video or whichever one it was, but I touched on a new tech. One that almost everybody on the planet is addicted to. So on that one, it's not even this. They know they got everybody addicted. They don't got to worry about little old me. But people in general, they don't like it when you talk about their addictions. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. So we're back at this other job I got to finish up. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I got to look for this tile to match, but it doesn't seem to be happening. Either going to have to redo this whole little section or just get something close enough. We'll see. So I've been tinkering with this thing for a while, and little did I know it had already been tinkered with. Those holes aren't supposed to be there, and they cut off these little dowels and screwed it right into there. But it appears as if they did not glue it. So I'm just gonna glue it. And one of the hinges, the adjuster, these little bolts in here, adjust it. One of those was stripped out anyway, so we're just gonna replace both of them since I already got them. I was tempted to return them, but just take these dowels out and glue them in. Didn't have my wood glue, but I got some Gorilla Glue. It should do the trick. Alright, got our little dowelies. Let's put a piece of paper under here so we don't drip all over the marble counter. There's my Gorilla Glue. Good to go. And we'll just get it on there. Maybe spin it in there a little bit. Some more. I don't know if I can get some just in there. There, that one. That was the culprit because it was sticking out and it was making it all cockeyed and stuff. And so I'm sitting here trying to adjust everything, and it's really just their old, whoever's old fix. Because it probably got stripped out, so they put the dowels in there, just didn't glue them. I let that dry now. But yeah, you know. So I think this is the old one. Pretty sure. Looks old. Put in the new ones. Up top at least. So it's best just to bring the part that you want to replace back, but so you hear that ink? That's because when we're doing little things like these, you don't want to strip the hole, because then you got to do that. So you set your drill down to 5. Usually I do 5 or 6, gets it tightened off, right? And just kind of, it impacts it a little bit too, but it's not gonna have so much torque, it just strips it out, and then you gotta do that shit, and then it doesn't work for me. That's that. I gotta let that dry, and then we'll get into the business. Alrighty, while we're waiting for that peg glue to dry in the kitchen, these guys, I don't know if I showed you a picture before, around where the wires enter the wall, the critters widened the holes pretty big so they can make their own little home in there. Just around the wires, the owners had put like this fencing type stuff around it, but if they want to, you can't keep them out. They don't even come in through there probably. They're probably coming in through the roof or the overhangs. So I threw a bar of Irish Spring soap in there. They hate the smell of that stuff, and we're cutting new sheetrock. I just measured on the left there from the bottom to the top because there's an angle. We'll have to patch the top somehow later. And cutting the sheet. Just got some scrap. It's like whatever, $2 or so instead of buying a whole sheet, easier to ship. Measured it, drew my line, and then refresher course. I know if there's any veterans here, they're going nuts. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Drew my line. With most material, all you do is create a weak link me see if I can get it a little bit on the edge here for a clean brake, cleanish brake. Bam. Have a bend, cut the corner. There, I got my angle. I might even get lucky and be able to use this up the top. Clean up a little bit. And there we go. Just pop it up in there, just screw it in. So we can't do just a straight up cut and break. I'm going to have to cut one of these with just a little multi-tool. I mean, I could just use a tool for this side too, but it wears out the blade a lot, and those things aren't cheap. Oop, got a little off track there. There we go. Now I can fit that around this other wire and use this little guy, probably cut another little notch out to go around it, blah, blah, blah. Alrighty, we got the wall up and slapped some mud on there. It doesn't need to be perfect, just needs to look like it's always been there and not show any big gaps. So now I'm going to just a hardware store to buy some spray foam just to fill the gaps in. Hopefully the little critters won't chew a hole through the stuff before they start trying to sell it. And like I said, I put the deterrent up there and kind of figured out what was wrong with that dude thinking that I was overpriced. So he was going off of a conversation we had, like, it was almost a year ago, coming up on a year ago, when my prices were lower. I think I told him I was doing stuff for $35 an hour and 30 for cash, and he remembered that, and that's what he was going off of. I was confused. I'm like, you're talking about we discussed pricing, and we never discussed pricing on this, and I just kind of assumed he knew. And then he was griping about the hours because he didn't include drive time, and that I did include it. I just claimed in our initial conversation a year ago. Got a couple things coming up from about a year ago, huh? Anyways, so I was like, yeah, I disclaimed when I was talking to you about that lower rate a year ago, I include drive time. I'm not driving an hour for free in traffic across town when gas just hit 410. Are you shitting me? What the hell do you think this is? But anyway, so I said, my bad. If it's cash, I'll drop it. I'll redo it for $30, send you another invoice. Whatever. So I'll charge it to the game. So anyways, this will be a shorter day. There was another kind of mishap at this job I'm at now. I couldn't find any tile to match this, so now I might have to go online or something. But even then, you're like, okay, I hope it's the same shade and everything else. Because even if it looks just like it on the online picture, they might even grab you the wrong thing or whatever. Who knows what new guy is working there. If it's even just a shade off, it looks funny. You know what I mean? This is the floor tile right as you walk in the front door. First thing you see, literally where you put like your foot, right in front of your first foot. So it's, yeah, I'll just have to see if the owner wants to do a close enough one, or I don't know. Because no stores have had it. I've gone to Home Depot, Menards, and the tile shop. And if the tile shop don't got it sitting there, I don't even know. So I can get it close enough online. We can tear it up and redo it. I wouldn't even tear up the grout because they laid it wrong. The stuff wasn't even knocked over. The little grooves in the mortar, it was just a little smushed down. They weren't even attached. There's like 3 other ones close by that are wobbly. That's why it broke in the first place. That's what you get when you want quick and cheap. You get shit that just breaks. So that's where we're at now. Alright, I'm just gonna park and head on in here. That's all good. Not bad for a Monday. Yeah, so the little guy, I want a cookie. It's like right before bedtime. No, I can't have a cookie. I want yogurt. You can have a bar. No, I want yogurt. Like, it's still too much sugar. No sweets right before bed. Like, you can have this granola bar like you ate last night. It's not the best on the planet, but whatever. It's better than a cookie. And even that yogurt's just chock full of sugar. And like, you want this granola bar? And he's like, no. I'm like, okay. And then I whip something up for the wife, some pot stickers or whatever. I'm like, where's Isaiah? And everybody's like, I don't know. I look around the rooms. Like, he snuck downstairs, didn't he? And he comes up, he's got this chocolate chip muffin in his hand because Jaja leaves all of her sweets like at kid level. So he knows where they are and that he has access to them. He comes up eating a muffin. I'm like, that's naughty, dude. It's like, that's not cool. He's like, he. I'm like, no, he. That's naughty. And then we go to bed, getting everybody in a bed. And then he's like, I want a bar. And I'm like, dude. You gotta love it.